Percentages, converting from fractions and decimals with number chips. This is a digital lesson. This is a lot of fun for the students because they can move these colorful chips around their screen. So it just starts out with a lesson of how to change from a decimal to a fraction, from a decimal to a percent. Now the first screen's pretty easy, so that this 1200ths is going to be 12%. So they're just going to move each one of these into the correct place. And then they're shown another method for doing this is to move their decimal point 2 places to the right, from a decimal to a percentage. In this case, they have to add a 0. So then they're going to be given a few more to work on. This is a little bit more difficult because we've got 65 hundredths and 65 thousandths. So if they move the decimal point correctly, they're going to get 65% here and 6 5/10% here. So they've really got to be paying attention and counting, moving decimal point 2 places to the right. Now they may also have to first convert their fraction to an equivalent fraction with 100 in the denominator. And then it's pretty easy to change it to a decimal. So they've got a few to practice here. So 6/20ths, they would convert that to 30 hundredths, multiply by 5, and that would give them a decimal of 30 hundredths, which is 30%. So they will use every single number chip. If they find there's one or two that they can't use, then they need to go back and find their mistake. So they've got a few more to practice, change their denominator to 100. And then sometimes they can't change their denominator to 100. So they might have to first simplify their fraction and then change it to an equivalent fraction with 100 in the denominator. So that's what they're going to be doing on these. Simplify their fraction and then change it to an equivalent fraction with 100 in the denominator. Simplify first. And then they may not be able to use any of those methods. For example, 5/8, they have to use long division. So 5 goes in the box, 5 divided by 8. And so again, they're going to move their number chips into the correct place and move their decimal point into the correct place in their answer. So they've got a couple decimal problems. Now, all of the completed slides are on here for the teacher. So if you want to make a class or student copy, just come up here to File, make a copy of the entire presentation. Just make sure you delete the completed slides.